There he is. You guys familiar with this meatball?
No, but I want to be.
Yeah, you look at him. You probably want to be, don't you? That's Leonard Glenn Francis, a Malaysian defense contractor that conned the shit out of the U.S. Navy to the tune of tens of millions of dollars.
You are the boss. There it is. Hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah. Good
morning and welcome to episode 1033 of Hard Factor. It is Wednesday, September 7th, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. Happy early birthday.
It's an eve.
Wow. It's a birthday eve.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Almost there.
Friend of the show texted me yesterday, said whose birthday we probably all forgot, and then he said, happy birthday, I forgot your birthday. And I literally read his text and I said, I had a birthday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had a birthday.
Only like a week ago, Pat.
I know, when you get old, you don't want to remember them.
Yeah,
who cares?
Mark's got one coming up tomorrow that he may or may not want to remember.
It doesn't matter till 40 at this point, which is coming up soon.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Right, Wes, you gonna get us balloons in our yards?
No.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll do something else though.
It'd be nice.
All right. Well, good. I can't wait for that.
I don't want to be friends with you, but by then.
And I'll do something original, Will.
I'm gonna burn this bridge, you guys. Between now and then. Well, that's good. But between now and then today, what we're talking about in the news is we got good news finally for one man in the cup of coffee in the big time, preceded by all the other trends. So it's only good news for the one guy. Then Mark's got Fat Leonard on deck after that.
I didn't really know about Fat Leonard. This story's awesome. Even if you know about Fat Leonard, which you might, stay tuned. And if you don't know who Fat Leonard is, it's a treat. It's a real treat.
I can't wait to find out.
Yeah.
I've been seeing his name all over the place. Wes has an explosive TikTok international moment.
Yeah. Japan has COVID to thank for this. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah.
My goodness.
Japan has COVID to thank for. Okay.
And it's going to be explosive.
Yes.
It's good. Crazy. And Pat.
I get it.
You do?
Yeah. But I saw a keyword so I can't say it out loud. Just kidding, cheating. Yeah, but
okay.
I get it now.
Okay. For those of us who haven't seen any keywords, it's relatively confusing. And then Pat is back from Burning Man with a full report to drive us out of the desert on this one today.
Can you guys spare some serotonin? Anyone? Telling me?
Do they accept credit cards? Do they accept credit cards?
No,
now?
that's one of the principles of Burning Man. That's
all
bartering.
No, there's like nothing.
I thought they sold out. I thought it was called
tickets.
Apple Pay Man now.
Oh, there is
tickets.
still.
No, you can't sell out at Burning Man. No.
There's definitely like luxury Burning Man operations that take out people there, and do everything for them, make it.
Yeah, but it's all within the spirit of the burn. So
There are people that spend all year waiting for Burning Man, aren't there?
I can't wait till we talk. Oh, there are, Mark. I can't wait till we talk about it. This year was a particularly bad
for
Burning
good
Man.
reason.
I live at the closest city to it, and it was notably bad, apparently.
Yeah. Principle 3, commodification. So no money out there.
I don't get it.
It's something about
no cash,
about
man.
The desert,
Yo,
the desert city. Yeah,
I'll tell you all about it. Just stay tuned till the end.
Pat's got the deets. And the details on something very important I have to announce right now. The fat-a-thon has begun. We kind of beat around the bush yesterday. We talked about how it had started, but no, it is for real. It started. We've all weighed in, and you can weigh in. You can lose weight along with us anytime, like through the end of this week, maybe a little bit early next week. But you have to send in the car at patreon.com/hardfactor to be eligible for the grand prize. You have to be a patron in general to be eligible for the second prize, and you can play along on social media and give us your weights and everything. Lose weight with us for a chance to win merch. These are all wheel spins at the end.
I don't know if we worked this out. So you're saying theoretically, if you win the fat-a-thon and you're in the pop the clutch tier, someone who's second place in the Send in the Car tour will best you. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm saying there's still going to be like
that.
Send in the Car has the most entries on the wheel. And then as you get back down, you got to be sending the car to win the grand prize. And if you pop the clutcher down, you could win that second place cash prize. Well, no, sorry,
Gift card.
It's what? Well, it's something. It's a hard
Amazon or
coin.
Visa gift card or something.
We're going to consult our legal
Hard
team
factor
here.
coins
or Venmo, but
it's
don't
whatever's
tell anyone.
legal. Don't. It's not over $600 Venmo transaction.
That's right.
That's
But
what
it's close, huh?
But yeah, I don't know.
Grand
Shut up and win the money.
Grand
you
prize
idiot,
is
you fat
close.
ass.
You could
Grand
almost get a
prize is-
PS5.
Yeah, high sense, big screen TV.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay,
Off
so
brand.
or you can play along on social media for if you don't want to support the podcast by getting our subscription shows.
What happens when I win? Hosts
And
are
you could-
ineligible, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
You
I'm
could be
definitely winning
technically
this shit.
eligible for merch. Mark, you think you're going to win?
I'm calling my shot. Yeah.
Are hosts eligible? I don't
No.
think that should be. Yeah.
No, but I just want it to be known.
I'm
I
going to
mean,
peter
we'll get you a
out.
trophy if you.
Second
You just want to
place
get
is
the
gonna-
best score and then
Yeah.
like
I
talk
want to
trash
give the
to people
grand prize
who
to
win.
the second place person. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
You can spin the wheel.
I let myself get very fat before this one, so I think
You have
I've
a good
got
chance.
a good shot at doing decently.
That's why we call Will the strategist.
Yeah. Well, no, Pat, this was an accidental. Let myself get way too fat. Just kind
That's
of.
don't be fooled, folks. That's strategy.
And it's-
No,
saying that
no.
it's
This time it really was. I was like making a lot of jokes about, oh yeah, I'll just eat whatever. But that turned into like a real mindset.
Classic
And I just
strategy, tripling down on the it's not strategy.
Ate whatever. Ate whatever.
I timed my gout for a week before so that I could run. The gout's gone, right? This is one of the biggest weeks for Hard Factor in history, though, because we have the biggest fat-a-thon with Coach Thor. There's already at least
right.
30 to 35 entrants. We're going to get 50 people in this fat-a-thon easily. And then the NFL weekly draft is back.
Talking about the weekly
Holy
parlay.
shit.
The weekly parlay is back.
Yeah, you gotta be sending the car. So it's the perfect time to send in the car, really. It's the start of a month too. Send in the car at patreon.com/hardfactor if you want to get in on the weekly parlay, which is gonna make us all millionaires one day. So
That's right.
you have to send in the car though to be eligible.
There was a lot of. I'm going to make it really clear. I don't have time to organize it by Thursday. So unless Greg Riley's going to do it by Thursday,
Greg said he was
He already
gonna do
said
it by Thursday.
he's down.
He came
It's all
at us
happening.
hard. He said, what was all this Thursday football not included talk? Because last year it was included.
It's
a
all
little bit
happening.
aggressive. In fact.
Yeah, and so he wants to get it done. So he wants the
We'll
Thursday night
see if
included.
it can happen for the Thursday night game, probably for the Sunday games.
It's
But what
happening.
is the weekly parlay pool? Well, I'll tell you. Here's the deal. Everyone throws in just a couple bucks, right? And then we spread that couple bucks on a couple 16-teamers,
Every
16-team
fucking
parlays.
game.
Pick the winner or pick the spread. And when it hits, your $2, $3, $4, whatever you throw in, could be, I don't know, 200,000, not that high, but pretty good.
On the money lines, it will turn into $1,300, or on
you
the
go.
spread, 49,000 each, or 80,000.
There you
each,
go. We were teetering in the millions last
Yeah.
seven-figure prizes we were flirting with last year. So
We're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit it this year. That is just the science. You can only play it so many times before it hits.
That's right.
Yeah, and plus we're good. We're good at picking games. So come in the Discord and find out how good. Okay, you guys ready to do the news?
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Let's do it. Cup of coffee in the big time is up first.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Okay, as I like to do, I'm letting the joke of the day thread build on the Discord server. There are lots of strong submissions, guys. So whoever goes next, you're going to have a bounty to pick from. But instead, today, going to start it off with a fun fact. First up from Jake Brandt. He sent in one in. This is from Uberfax, and it says, after an orca killed a great white shark near California's Farallon Islands in the year 2000, the smell of the shark's carcass caused all nearby great whites to disappear within 8 hours. One of the satellite tag sharks immediately dove 500 meters and swam to Hawaii.
What a
He's
soft
that
bitch.
scared of the orcas.
What a soft little bitch.
I think it just shows how dominant orcas really are.
Bye-bye, bitch. You better get
speaking
your
of
passport.
whales-
You're so scared.
Yeah, terrified. Speaking of whales, a whale's vagina can be large enough to walk through, a human to walk through. That's a fun fact.
That'd be a fun exhibit.
Yeah.
Not if you're a whale. Sounds big.
I'll probably feel good, right?
It's like
Little human
driving through a
vibrator
redwood.
in there. right?
Saying you got to drive.
Moses parting the Red Sea.
Yeah, okay.
I'd
Yeah, I
walk
can
through a
really stretch out in
vagina.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, being a whale is cool, but you seen the size of these vaginas we got to bang? Woo, a lot of pressure.
Well, when you got orionscock.com, you can make it happen. Also, orcas aren't always that mean, guys. Check it out. Here is a stunning video posted by Whale Watch recently of an orca who, look at what he's going to do. He swoops in, and see how the fin of the humpback whale's kind of messed up? Well, there's a net on it. Not anymore. Orca took it off.
Well, he wants it to be a fair fight for when he
Look
kills
at
it. Yeah.
No, he left it alone. Mark, he didn't kill this one. Normally, they would attack and try to eat its tongue out alive. But this time, nope, just a lone orca. And you see him right there.
Well, he can't go back and tell the pod what he did.
Whoop.
Yeah, that's effectively
humpback, get out of the
that's
net.
like taking a season off so the bears can get fatter.
That orca's a little.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
tizzy?
He can't go home and tell
You
the
think
other
he's
orcas
off?
what he did
You
to them.
think
Kill him. If he tells the
that
orcas
orca's
what
left
he did,
left finned. You know what I mean?
yeah, I
They
get
won't
it.
respect him anymore?
Oh.
No, Will, they will march his ass back out there and make him eat the entire whale in front of him. It's like smoking a whole pack of cigarettes in front of your parents. His dad will march his ass back out there.
How dare you let the humpback get away?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know. I think they're territorial. They're misunderstood. Okay, guys. Now that was enough of the fun facts. On to the news. And when I used to read the newspaper, which old enough to actually have done it, you guys remember reading the newspaper?
Oh,
Taking
always
a dump?
just do it when
I
I took a shit. My dad would too. So that newspaper just smelled horrible. Like always,
Bro.
it was just like, yeah.
Can
right?
so my mom, right? She moved to Knoxville. She's old, right? So she was like, I don't get the newspaper here. And I was like, oh, it'd be nice. That'd be a nice thing for a son to do. Subscriber to the Knoxville Times Sentinel. Good paper. You know how much a fucking newspaper subscription costs, bro? Like
Expensive.
A physical sub? It's like $50 a month. It's like,
Well, yeah,
Fuck.
because nobody else is buying newspapers anymore.
she gets
Not
that
even
Daily
the
P.
Jesus.
It used to be
insane.
super cheap back when
fucking
everybody
nuts,
got the
bro.
same paper.
$50 a month?
Yeah, well, you get
That ain't
all
worth it.
the
That's an
edition.
everyday thing.
You're subsidizing the industry basically because it's at this point it's a luxury item. Nobody wants it. But
I
back
could
in the day,
pay someone to just call my mom and read her the news for less money.
yeah, it's a luxury item for geriatrics at this point. Unfortunately, most people are just reading their phones. But back in the day when we used to read the actual paper, I would always start with the sports section first.
Oh.
Sometimes comics, but usually always sports. So that's what I'm doing first here. Sports. Because there's some big sports news to discuss. Tuesday was the start of this year's UEFA Champions League in soccer, and the defending champs Real Madrid had a big day, unchallenged. Gonna go far again this year. And the Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva boxing match I told you guys about a few days ago on October 29th in Arizona got confirmed. It is going down, and we're all worried about Anderson Silva sucking at boxing and Jake Paul knocking him out like every other Jake Paul fight, but Silva is actually 3-1 in pro boxing, so it should be a decent test for Paul, who has pretty much cherry-picked knockouts for himself up to this point.
Anderson Silva's 43, I think.
That's
How
true.
many
He's old.
years?
He's old.
I think Anderson Silva's 43.
I mean, George Foreman won the heavyweight title when he was how old?
5-0.
right. Pretty old.
Probably shouldn't have
Pretty
won.
old.
That's embarrassing for the guy that lost to him.
Yeah,
Michael
one of the best
Moore?
jokes of all
Anderson
time,
Silva's
though.
47.
47.
Hey,
yeah,
you never know.
47.
George was 50, I think, I want to say.
The other
I think he
one,
was
I'm
late
going to call
George,
Jake
but-
Paul win easily. The other one was remember the Nate Diaz versus Kiev? Kiev. That's this Saturday. Kiemev's negative 1,500.
Nice. Well, I'll still be rooting for Nate.
Nate Diaz is plus 900.
I'll be rooting for Nate. I'll be rooting for both the guys.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva and Nate, they're probably going to get knocked out. Okay, let's move it along to celebrity news, even though those
48.
fighters are definitely celebrities. It's older than Silva. Okay, celebrity news. Jason Mamoa, guys, I'm not sure if you saw it, but he shaved his head in protest of single-use plastics like this water bottle right here. So yeah,
He's the weirdo that married his like childhood crush, right?
I don't know about his personal
Lisa
life.
Bonet,
He's
yeah.
very, very Hawaiian.
Hold
I
on.
know that much.
Yeah,
He's
hold
got an ohana and a mahalo. Well, I don't know the words, but he's
Hold
got
on.
all of it.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
obsessed with her from the time he was like 6, and he married her.
Wes, who was your childhood crush, dog?
Me?
Yeah.
No, he's saying
probably Jenna
Momoa's.
Jameson.
Yeah.
He's saying Momoa's
What if you were married to her
child.
right now? That's what I'm saying. It's not weird. It's sick. It's accomplishing goals is what it is. It's accomplishing fucking goals.
How old were you when Jenna Jameson was your childhood idol?
He's 6.
Probably 13.
Well, Pat,
Okay.
you know, another goal that Momoa had accomplished was growing out his long, luscious locks, and he cut them all off, buzzed them. And he said it's because he hates single-use plastic so much. And I wonder what he would think, though, about, like, what if do you guys ever do this? Refill your single-use plastic so
He'd be cool
it
with
becomes
He would be cool with
refillable.
it. Will, I remember he got in a little bit of trouble before everyone hated Chris Pratt and everyone loved Chris Pratt. When Aquaman 1 was coming out, he was like, he commented on a Chris Pratt workout video where he had a single-use water bottle, and he was like, single-use water bottle, Pratt, not cool. And he got a little bit of flack for that. He's been on the single-use water bottle thing for years. He hates it.
Well, Mark, you want to know why? I mean, not
Because
only
he's Aquaman?
is
And he is Aquaman,
our water bottles terrible for the ocean, but Jason also happens to own a canned water company because aluminum is, as he says, is far more efficient to recycle than plastic. But he also does have a financial stake.
Wait. He has a water company that produces containers
Yeah, like
to
canteens.
put water in.
Canned water, yeah. It says because aluminum is more recyclable
Right,
than
but he's
plastic.
still producing containers of water.
Single-use containers, yes,
Yeah.
Wes, that are then recycled. And you could actually, fun fact, hey Wes, you want another fun fact here? Bonus dog fun fact. You can toss plastic bottles in the recycling too.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's just not
there you
as
go.
bro. It's just more resources.
Well, slightly less percentage recycled, yes, but
Look,
you could still toss them both in the
It's
in
still
the
single
cardboard
use.
bin.
Single
at the end
use
of
is
the
the key
day.
word there.
I want to get
hair
off
is
the
renewable resource.
I want to get off the single use myself. I've been using it for too long.
Go
But
Momoa style.
Get a Yeti.
Aluminum.
Momoa, what kind of house does he live in? What kind of private plane? How many planes is this guy flying on?
So many.
Yeah.
And
You know
him and his whole crew.
How many bottles of water I've had in the last 2
Yeah,
years?
but Pat, what if
The
I'm
set-
refilling my bottle like 5 times a day, and then
That's
I'm
what I do with my
recycling
hydro
it,
flask,
too?
dog. I
I'll
took it
tell
to
you
Burning
what's
Man.
not great for the
Got some dust on
environment
it
is
still from the
We sell
playa.
them.
the 6-month production set of Aquaman 2 is probably not great for the environment.
No, and all the PJs flying back and
Yeah.
forth.
People gotta laugh.
There's lots of what is that called? Hypocrisy in the world.
Contradictions in his philosophy.
Well,
What are you guys doing?
He's got a
What are you-
financial stake.
What are you guys doing?
He's got a financial
Nothing.
stake in aluminum.
Nothing.
Whatever. I
Listen,
mean, like,
I'm not
cut
like
his hair off.
saying I'm against masturbation and then jerking off 8 times a day like Momoa is. You know, like that's
Like I said, I wish I was better with the environment, but I'm also not going to bust anyone's balls about it. You know.
yeah. It was also a publicity stunt to sell more of his canned water. So
I didn't even know he had a canned water company. You really set him up.
I'm not going to knock the hustle on that.
He was just on a plane handing them out. Like he was like
yeah, he loves
it was like a
his
flight
canned water.
attendant thing, and they did
He's
the
like
viral video.
he's like mahalo, bro. It's so much more environmentally sound.
Mananalu water.
Yeah. Yep. I can't even say the word, Pat. That's why I didn't. I just say he owns a canned water.
Mananalu.
Yeah.
Mananalu. Mananalu.
I'm sure that's correct.
Water.
Speaking of celebrities, guys, Jennifer Lawrence did a politically charged interview in Vogue, and it got the people talking. Also, speaking of political actresses, Jane Fonda announced that she has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and we wish Jane the best in her recovery. But I had a neighbor growing up who had a Jane Fonda toilet target in his backyard for the entire time I was growing up in Herndon, and I bet he's a little bit happy. But
Yeah,
the
I
bad
guess.
news, the bad news for him, yeah, he just had a toilet in
one
his
of a
yard
kind.
that had Jane Fonda's target on it. No, Wes, a lot of vets had it. But bad news for him, 85-year-old Jane looks totally healthy in her cancer announcement video. So it seems like she's going to
She keeps it tight.
Non-Hodgkin's
She does her own videos.
lymphoma.
She snorts her own cocaine.
She does.
Can't wait to go to the bathroom on Jane.
Yeah, he must have taken so many satisfying shits out there on that toilet.
Yeah.
Like just out in nature. Yeah,
No, it was
this
a
was on his
it was
toilet. Like,
It's a urinal target, Will.
yeah,
The one
well,
Will found is a urinal
Do you
target.
think he's shitting on that thing?
he could have. I mean, if he was hammered,
and then
how much-
cleaning it up?
Pat, that's how much you hate, sir.
if he was hammered, you never know.
shit on it. Then I'm gonna have to clean it up. But
Out in the nature.
I just want to shit on her.
Okay.
I don't have to get the hose out.
Is she anti-military or something? Is that what you're saying?
She went to North Vietnam.
Bunch of veterans are
During
really
the war.
anti-Jane Fonda.
A lot of people. Look, Vietnam. We shouldn't have been there. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. So, anyways.
Tough war.
Yeah. Okay. More bad news, guys. In the bad news roundup, it's the last honorable mention. The body of 34-year-old mother of two, Eliza Fletcher, was found and confirmed that it was her following the apprehension of her presumed killer over the weekend. She was abducted while jogging at the University of Memphis last Friday and likely was targeted for her extreme family wealth. R.I.P. to her. She leaves behind two young children and a husband. It's very sad.
Was that it, or because I know she was jogging, she got abducted, right? But
Yep.
she
Jogging.
knew she was rich, or it was random.
Well, good question. She's an heiress. She is rich, and she was abducted at 4:30 in the morning.
Memphis is rough, though.
She's a good-looking white lady, and
It was on the campus. Yeah.
She's running at like 4:30 in the morning through Memphis, right?
The guy was very hot. So, I mean, he got caught right away. So
when I hear heiress abducted, I generally think for the money.
I would think for the money. Yeah. And RIP to her. A horrible story. Could have been. She was a hot jogging lady, and maybe the dude was just a horny creep and an asshole. But yeah, regardless, RIP to her. And RIP also to famous horror author Peter Straub. He died at 79. I know a lot of people think he's an underrated writer. Or was. Okay. More bad news for comedy, mostly this time. Boris Johnson officially resigned as the Prime Minister of England on Tuesday. The Queen accepted his resignation, sadly. And now, World Economic Forum member Liz Truss is the new Prime Minister of Great Britain. So Klaus Schwab, super happy about that. Amazon.
What a bland photo she has. That's perhaps the blandest photo I've ever seen of a human.
Just her
being.
World Economic Forum member photo. Look at those giant
cut
balls
off her head, though. That's weird.
How do you even get that skin tone?
It's a weird
That's just-
crop.
Yeah, it's probably just like an internet crop or something.
Looks like a fucking uncomfortable necklace.
Yeah, it weighs a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's probably lots of like transhumanism chips in there that make her
everywhere,
smarter
yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
World Economic Forum style.
Yeah, it's chips.
Speaking of chips, you tired, Pat? You okay?
Yeah, what was that?
I
Sure.
made me think of chips.
Yeah.
Need a yawn.
You yawn when you eat chips?
It's a thing.
Afterwards, yeah.
Speaking of chips and people who love chips and using chips in their products, Amazon is closing 2 warehouses and abandoning dozens of others that are planned in the U.S. as sales slow. Elon Musk tweeted and others are saying that the quote unquote Tolkien is turning in his grave over the new Amazon series.
Oh, he's nuts. That show's fucking awesome. Once again, a huge fail from Elon, that jackass.
I need thoughts on this. I think it's all right.
Incredible so far.
But it's not nearly as good as House of Dragon, right?
It's dude, I'm loving both of them. I'm loving the shit out of both of those shows. I think he's insane. What, he can't have a couple strong women in his show? He have to be all strong men.
He does seem a little
Great point, Mark. Great point.
He's a little bit
talking about?
intimidated by the strong female characters, Mark, for sure. I do think House of Dragon's better, though. What do you guys think?
I have not seen Rings of Power.
I watched both Rings of Power right before this fucking show, and it was, to me, significantly better than the
asleep
than the
twice
Hobbit
during Rings of
trilogy.
Power.
Significantly better than the Hobbit trilogy. Obviously, not as good as the Lord of the Rings, the first 3, but it's awesome.
Disagree with that. I think it's way
a lot
worse than
nerdier
both of those
the
movie
Dragon.
series.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's good. It's not. I don't think it's Tolkien's turning in his grave like Elon says, but
No.
I think it's going to end up somewhere below 80% on the reviews. Cedar Point in Ohio, guys, the theme park is closing down the dragster for good because the 120-mile-per-hour roller coaster was too expensive to maintain, sadly. So
And it broke too many spines, right? That's the one that.
no, it was safe.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think it was like, yeah, it probably had some injuries, but
Remember the
in
one
general,
that goes like the 0 to 80 and like kept injuring people's
whiplash.
backs? Yeah.
I think that was a different one. This
Okay.
one they said was just so expensive because of how
You could see your
amazing the
body
roller
leaving
coaster
your
is.
body.
Yeah. So it's really sad for Cedar Park. Speaking of amusement rides, Sunday night at the Phase 8 amusement park in Punjab's Mohali district in India, 50 riders were on a drop tower
sounds safe.
and 16 ended up injured when this happened. Wes, good call.
We can fit a few more on.
They're at the top. They're at the top spinning.
It's going,
You know,
it's
oh,
going,
they're
it's
supposed to
going.
stop. Oh no.
Oh. the people 20 feet away on the ground almost got killed by the shrapnel.
Yeah, I thought that was the Black Rock City for a second. That I was having a flashback, but that didn't.
It does kind of look like Burning Man a little bit. Yeah, a lot of lights.
Boom. Whoa. Oh man.
Hilariously,
No one died, right?
Yeah, nobody died, or no reported deaths as of the time of taping. When it's several days after it happened, so nobody died. Probably 16 people injured. I think they had to go to the hospital. Hilariously, the fair did not stop. Still going on. They were like, they at first were like, oh yeah, we're gonna stop the fair because this was so tragic and traumatizing, and then they were like, nah, fuck it.
You say no one died? Okay,
Fair goes on.
we'll just pause the fair. Oh, fair is back on.
An Indian carnival, you'd have to pay me a lot of money to get on that.
Yeah,
Would you like to eat there, Wes?
Oh, I'd love to eat there, but ride the rides, no thanks.
You would get so sick though eating at an Indian carnival.
I need some good like Mexican dudes manning the carnival construction for me to get on those rides. They know what they're doing.
I want my rides in America. Where
You see a
managed
white
by
guy
illegal
running
immigrants.
white guy running a carnival ride. You might want to think twice about stepping on it.
You're damn right. I bet you could do an awesome TV show, dramatic reality TV show of following around an Indian carnival. There'd be some some things every episode that would pop up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There'd be some
Like-
small fires to put out.
Like
literally.
rapes.
Yeah, gang ones in the porta potties. Probably there's a lot of bad shit that goes down. In
What are you guys doing after the shift? Maybe want to gang bang a lizard?
I'm gonna go spray myself with my layer shot and then gangbang. Okay.
You want to disrespect the other gender?
Are you sure you're gonna be able to run this carnival ride after that bag of hooch wine?
I mean, India's got some problems, but who doesn't? It's like us. Like us, where something crazy will pop up at the border. A little good news, bad news to stop the bad news roundup for today. The Border Patrol seized 47,000 multicolored fentanyl pills in Arizona recently. 47,000. So great.
Know where those were headed?
That's a lot of fentanyl.
Carnival?
You know where they were from too. Mm-hmm. Those fuckers.
I mean, those look
China
like you could
to
just
Mexico
pop
to the
one of
US.
those in your mouth and then you would just die.
You would.
I mean, it's probably not safe to take one of those candy-colored fentanyl pills.
And people probably think they're fucking ecstasy because they're all pink colored and shit, and then people are just dropping dead. That's the plan. That's
looks like
these
ecstasy.
fuckers know exactly what they're doing to us.
These look like ecstasy and Adderall, right? I mean, if
Yeah.
we're being honest, ecstasy and Adderall.
I went on the dark
colors they
web
are.
this morning, scope it out, like to do that every once in a while. Very surprised by the amount of people who were like, who's got the Fenties? Fent
They
me.
want it.
Who's got the
People
No,
Fenties?
people like it. People like it because
want
it's
it.
cheap.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is horrible. And guys, that's the end of the bad news roundup. Done with the bad news.
Want to get
Thankfully.
bent on some Fent?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Which takes us to
The cream of the crop!
okay. And even though this one is a few days old, all the trends were pretty much negative as the fentanyl, as usual. So this one is going to be the cream of the top crop today since it's a feel-good story. Or would you guys rather me talk about Kathy Griffin and others tweeting about civil war again?
Cream of the
No,
crop.
thank you.
Okay, right. I figured. Good call. A Brazilian man has miraculously survived 11 days in the Atlantic Ocean by floating in his boat freezer. Check this out. I'm gonna play the video for you guys on silent. So, his boat started to sink in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. He's like scooping it out with his hands and shit, and all of a sudden he realizes like, oh fuck, my boat's done. He had left the coast of Brazil like 3 days ago, 3 days before his shit starts going down. The only thing from the boat that's floating as it starts to sink is his freezer. So he jumps in the
And
freezer.
it's cool.
Amazing.
No power to it, but maybe at the time
it started off cool.
started off super nice. Yeah, air conditioned.
Probably too cold.
Day
Butt
2
sticks
was his
to the
favorite
wall.
day in the cooler.
But look at this. So here he is. To see this fishing boat, they see
Oh
him,
shit!
and they just they see him, and they think it's an empty freezer. And look at this motherfucker. There he is. He's in the freezer.
That's amazing. How long was he there?
Great spirits.
11
That's cool, man.
11 days in a freezer.
11 fucking days.
Damn. He was drinking
Yeah.
seawater and shit.
Oh, he probably has poop in there.
Oh,
in the freezer.
he's on death's
that's a good
door.
point. No, he threw it out in the ocean.
Oh,
Threw it out in the
yeah,
ocean.
that's
yeah.
true. That's true.
Okay, so his name is Romualdo Macedo Rodriguez. He's 44. He left northern Brazil in a wooden boat early in August for a 3-day fishing trip.
Strength to climb.
Well, he's a beast, Mark. He was thinking about his family and his kids the whole time. He was trapped out there in the freezer. He was found 11 days later. Instead of the 3 days, 8 extra days.
Cared about his wife and kids so much. Why'd he leave on a wooden boat from northern Brazil?
It's a great question, Wes. Maybe a fight beforehand. Who knows?
Sticking it to second or third world countries like boats and carnival rides. Why did he go to an Indian carnival if he was?
Good idea.
Yeah. So, but he was found 11 days later off the coast of Suriname. So that's like way off. Like it's way away from Brazil. He said that he didn't sleep for the entire 11 days. I'm sure he nodded off on accident. But that's because sharks were surrounding the freezer and he cannot swim. So falling out the freezer was not an option.
Wow.
That's the bigger question, Wes, is what are you doing boating if you can't swim?
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of questions for Romualdo.
Maybe his wife and kids don't love him as much as he loves them. If they're like, go make us money on a boat, you can't swim, though.
He probably was working or maybe feeding the family. Yeah, catching his fish for the family.
Yeah, fishermen
or running
that can't
drugs.
swim?
One of the three, Wes, and that all makes money eventually.
He's running fentanyl.
Oh, hopefully not.
This new batch is a lot of different colors you haven't seen before.
Hopefully not. Hopefully that's not what you were doing, Romualdo.
He was asleep when they found him, and everyone celebrated by eating his candy. Yeah. They all died.
Oh, man.
Well, no, that didn't happen. It was a miracle recovery for Romualdo by the fishing boat off of the coast of Suriname. And congrats to you and your family, sir. Way to go.
He probably said it. The guy in the pumpkin who went 38 miles, that piece of shit, begging the Guinness Book of World Records for this guy probably set a record for most hours in a freezer at the sea.
11 days. That's got to be, or 8 days in a freezer.
After a couple hours, he set that record.
Exactly.
I'd like to see what's his name, Blaine. David Blaine? Try that one. 11 days in a freezer.
Some mobsters.
Good luck.
I gotta ask you. I never thought I'd know this. What was it like in there?
Yeah, I sent a lot of people in one of those.
Never gotten to interview one of them.
Yes. So congrats to Romualdo and his family. And speaking of families, kids are expensive, guys. And inflation on top of kids, that's even more expensive. And a lot of us are feeling that these days. From cringing at the pump to getting an eye-popping check at your favorite restaurant, inflation is hitting us all where it hurts. And it really hurts. That's why I started using Upside. Upside is an incredible app for anyone who buys gas, groceries, or dines out. With every purchase, I'm earning cash back thanks to Upside. The gas map is very helpful. You can see who's got the best prices before you even leave the house. And the cash back goes straight into my account every time, no matter what I'm buying, whether it's gas, which is what I usually use it for, or meal deals, whatever. You just use the card that you put into Upside, boom, the cash reward straight into your account. To get started, download the free Upside app, use our promo code HARDFACTOR, all one word, and get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. Next, claim an offer wherever you're buying on Upside and check in at the business. Pay as usual with a credit or debit card and get paid the cash back rewards straight into your account. In comparison to credit card rewards or loyalty programs, you can earn 3 times more cash back with Upside. Upside users are earning more than $1 million every week. That's probably why they have a 4.8 star rating on the App Store. Download the free Upside app and use promo code HARDFACTOR to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. That's $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more using promo code HARDFACTOR. Just download the free Upside app.
Listen up, football fans. That's me included. Listen up, me. The first Sunday of the NFL season is here. Finally.
Yes.
Finally. Right? And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner in the NFL, is giving new customers a can't-miss offer to celebrate the return of the NFL season. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 to get $200 in free bets instantly. $5, you get $200 for free. That's
a good deal.
I don't even know how they're how they're making money on that, but you could be. And as an added bonus for week 1, everyone can experience the thrill of DraftKings early win promotion. It's simple. Bet on an NFL team to win, and if that team that you bet on leads by 10 points at any point during the game, you get paid instantly. Even if that team ends up losing, if they go up 10-0, lose 28-14, you win when they hit 10-0. They go up 13-3, you win. Yes, it's incredible. That's awesome. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code HARDFACTOR, that's one word, to get $200 in free bets instantly when you place a $5 bet this Sunday. That's code HARDFACTOR only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner in the NFL. Do it because we want to work with them, all right? So do it. Download the app, put in the hard factor code. Guys, there is a minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See our show notes for details. Okay, so there you go. Do that for sure. But let's get to a story here. In honor of the biggest and best ever fat-a-thon starting, still time to get in, as we mentioned earlier in the show. Winner gets a large gift card prize, small few prizes as well. Top contenders TBD. By the wheel, it's not too late. Join us and lose some weight before the holidays. But in honor of the fat-a-thon, I think we need to finally talk about Fat Leonard. Okay, there he is. You guys familiar with this meatball?
No, but I want to be.
Yeah, you look at him, you probably want to be, don't you? That's Leonard Glenn Francis, a Malaysian defense contractor that conned the shit out of the U.S. Navy to the tune of tens of millions of dollars. Here he is with the boys, just yucking it up with the boys.
Oh, you got that suit and big and tall.
Oh, he sure did. Yeah, he is a big guy. He's with Admiral John Greenhart here. Where is he? This one's the Admiral, I think. Yeah, there's Admiral Jonathan Greenhart.
That suit jacket could literally be a comforter for a full-size bed.
He's got a real pear-shaped body, and he let it go. You could tell there's a lot below the nipple line on that man.
He lived like an old school mob boss, guys. The Navy loved Fat Lenny.
Strong base.
The Wolf Pack and the Cool Kids, as they called themselves. That's what the Navy people that were involved in Letty's scam like to go by. Hey, we're the Wolf Pack. We're the Cool Kids. Leonard was in deep with the Navy back in the late 2000s into the early 2010s when his Singapore-based company, Glenn Davis Marine Asia, was like a major contractor for the U.S. Navy's offshore, activities. He won all sorts of contracts to provide the services and items to the Navy men and their ships, like food, water, waste removal, and fuel for the ships, amongst other things. And he won them because he bribed the Wolf Pack and the Cool Kids with at least $500K in cash that we know of, with lavish sex and drug orgies he set up for them. Fat Leonard won out on whatever other company wasn't offering cash in Asian whores. It was never really a competition.
He's a lot like what was that doctor's name? Dr.
Feelgood.
Yeah, what was it? What was his real name?
Feldgood? No, the doctor who was on the military base, and he brought his prostitute in. And
military prostitute guy.
The one guy,
Dr. Borg or whatever.
Yeah, but he just did it for himself mainly. And then the other people benefited because he didn't want them to. But then she started.
He was like the inside version of Fat Leonard. Fat Leonard's just like the sleazy contractor.
The difference is that guy was in love with the prostitute. Leonard never falls for a whore. He's just the kingpin of the operation. But similar.
So he can get his hands dirty.
Ports? He was a port guy, or
anytime a ship, and he would move ships to whatever port he wanted to, because he had that much power of the U.S. Navy. Yeah, when ships were docked, he was providing all the facilities, the cigarettes, the food, the water.
Master.
He's the portly man. Francis offered.
When you see him come onto the ship with his pinstripe suit, though, you know it's on.
Hey,
boys,
you're
about to get. It's about to be a nice leave.
Fat Lenny's got you covered. Come on. Francis offered about $1 million in Cuban cigars, luxury items, stuff like Lady Gaga tickets, meals in Michelin-starred restaurants, but most importantly, sex parties, like the one a prosecutor described as a, quote, rotating carousel of prostitutes. I don't even know what that means, but that's a carnival ride I'd like to be on, unlike that drop tower in India. You know what I mean?
Right. A lazy Susan just with prostitutes on it.
Carousel,
just like they're on the horse, just like going by, sucking and grab, just going by on the horses, grabbing and sucking,
Sounds like a Game of Thrones scene.
Yeah, it does.
Come on. I digress, though. So, of course, Fat Leonard's winning all these contracts and the hearts of all these Navy officials, the cool kids in the wolf pack. But he was always going to do and get his too, right? There was always going to be something for Leonard, you know. I mean, look at the guy. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm just going to win the contracts.
All the overflow money goes to Leonard. I mean, obviously.
That's right, Will. And so what do
you think? I'm giving you all these whores for free?
Exactly. Well,
no catch.
They scratch your back, you scratch mine. And he got his by way overcharging for his contracts and sometimes just writing ghost invoices for services that were never provided, all paid for by the U.S. taxpayers to the tune of at least $35 million that we know of that he ripped the Navy off for. Probably a lot more.
Damn. Wow. The
Probably a lot more.
Classic scheme with the government.
But he sounds like he was doing pretty well anyway. Like with all the contracts he was getting, like
he looks like it too. Yeah, but nothing's enough for Fat Leonard.
He likes to have, you know, a little.
Does anything happen to Fat Leonard though?
Yeah. So what happened is this operation finally got busted in 2013 after this had been going on for years, because you know how a sailor gets loose lipped at a bar, you know. Like that. Yeah, that's for classic. Sure. Yeah. And the whole operation went belly up and heads rolled, and arguably the biggest, at least public Navy scandal of all time. At least 30 people in the Navy pled guilty, and several more ended up dishonorably discharged with some discharge they needed taken care of. No longer with any health care either. A lot of guys were drinking cranberry juice and hoping to piss out the syphilis and gonorrhea. Come on, get out. Gonorrhea be gone. But
Come
then
on, be bacterial, baby. Be bacterial.
Exactly. That carousel was awesome, but at what cost? Then in 2015, 2 years after federal agents set up a sting operation in a fancy San Diego hotel, that's where it first went down. A classic location for a Navy sting, if I may say so myself. A San Diego, like 5-star hotel right off the coast. You can see it. The fat man sang and pled guilty in 2015 himself. Fat Lenny got steaks delivered to him in a federal prison cell for 3 years. Then in 2018, due to health complications, including kidney cancer, a hernia, and a few rounds of, quote, swollen knees, definitely from gout, probably swollen all lower extremities, Leonard was sent home on house arrest to eat and drink himself to death there, I guess. Maybe his shit smelled up the joint. Seems weird to me since he was recovered from the kidney cancer. But hey, the prisons are overcrowded. Let the Malaysian mastermind that conned an entire branch of the military and bragged that he had them wrapped around his finger and would move ships wherever he wanted to on the map. Send him home for free to live in a mansion. Why not? They did require 24-hour security, of course, and an ankle bracelet. Leonard even offered to pay for the security guards that were watching him at his San Diego mansion, which was accepted by the courts. And because of COVID in the court system, and actually here's why it took so long, the fact that Leonard was a cooperating witness who spent years spilling the tea on which admirals and which U.S. officials were like working with him on it. Something that the prosecutor should have done with Ghislaine Maxwell. He hadn't been sentenced yet as of now.
Oh.
So he still hadn't been sentenced, even though he pled guilty in 2015.
Yeah, because he's like a stool pigeon.
He's been cooperating. He's been feeding him names over the past several years. And he was about to get sentenced 3 weeks from now. But this weekend, he cut off his ankle bracelet and fled into the night.
Shut up. Really?
No justice for Fat Leonard.
He ran.
I mean,
like a win.
What if they just let him go? They were like, you've squealed enough, Leonard.
Good point. Well, so he and
back to Malaysia.
Well, they did let him pay for his own security that was supposed to be keeping him in the house.
Right. It's asking him to leave.
Yeah. So he and the probably three
prostitutes.
Yo, they had a good time.
The judge may have gone to a Fat Lenny party.
Yeah. I imagine they were constant over the past several years.
Oh, San Diego prostitutes, bro. Come on.
Lenny, can I take another ride on the whore carousel?
You got the longest spending suit bottoms.
The entry fee is like one of those like old coupe tickets that you get at a carnival. You hand him like a red ticket.
He's standing at the gate.
They open.
He can't stand. He's sitting. He's sitting because he can no longer stand.
That's right. So he and his, probably the 3 children they let live with him in the 7-bedroom house that was at a secret location that even his defense attorneys didn't know of, apparently. And probably the security guards he was paying, all set up an elaborate escape plan that involved several large U-Haul trucks showing up to the mansion in the days leading up to the escape, and ended with Leonard's home completely empty when officials got there, except for the cut-off ankle bracelet they eventually found on Monday afternoon, probably alongside a condescending note smeared in barbecue sauce, being like, hey, you skinny pricks, eat this.
Yeah, a bunch of Polaroids. Just
They
a
just
great
found
time.
no furniture. It was just a cut off ankle bracelet and like
Like the end of The Hangover.
From our last carousel ride.
Yeah, just a horse head. It's on a pole.
Just Leonard getting laid.
Oh man, the U.S. Marshals have now been called in because Leonard is the number one fugitive, certainly since El Chapo, like maybe in the history of the U.S. Also, the San Diego Regional Fugitive Task Force has been activated to help in the manhunt, and the Naval Criminal Investigation Service. They got everyone looking for this guy, but it is feared he has already crossed into Mexico, something prosecutors warned he would do from San Diego, where he's lived back in 2013 and 2015.
Yeah, he's like 2 hours from the border.
And he's got connections.
Try
there.
20 minutes.
Yeah. That's how long he is.
Long gone.
He took a U-Haul truck straight to Mexico.
Yeah,
He's gone.
he walked there.
I guess they overlooked that in 2018 when they sent him home to be guarded by his children and employees. They forgot about the whole Mexico connection thing.
Whoops.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which agency?
All of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Naval Criminal Investigation was the original.
The entire DOD.
Yeah. They
And the DOJ, who is
Yeah,
probably overseeing the investigation.
You know how those they don't like their tea spilt. You know they either probably killed him or let him go.
Right.
I think that's a let go.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
sounds
he's a
like
hero,
let go
if
to
you ask
me.
me.
There he is. Look at that guy.
Fat Lenny.
What a
For the
guy.
party.
What a guy. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Awesome. Well, hope they never find him. All right. Well, let's flee the country like Fat Leonard.
Yeah.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Guys, I think that all of us here on this podcast can agree that runners are insane.
I used to be a runner.
Well, you're not making a great point, Mark.
No.
Every
But I liked
person
it.
Every
Did
person
like
I've ever met that's into running is a little crazy. They're running for their health, but I guarantee you, running is also a metaphor where they're literally running from secrets and demons that exist deep within their souls.
It's a good stress reliever. Some people could get euphoria.
Just look at Bruce Jenner. He was literally running from his penis.
He was running from something. Yeah.
Look at him go. Also, one of my best friends in college was a runner. Turns out the whole time she wasn't running to get in shape. She was running from her own repressed sexuality. Is now a full-blown happy lesbian, and she doesn't run anymore.
All runners are gay.
Yeah. Oh, some of them. Just countless stories like that all over the
Those
world.
two are.
Wes just goes up to runners
Look at
on
the
street.
evidence.
What are you hiding, huh?
Yeah.
What are you fucking running
What
from?
are you really running from?
Your wife knows.
Yeah. If you yelled, "We all know" at a runner, it would freak them out.
You think you're hiding it from everybody? Huh?
It's funny.
Runners are also a very proud bunch, right? Not nearly as bad as cyclists who, like runners, use cycling to escape not only their families on the weekends during their hostile 50-mile rides, but also themselves. But
Cyclists are the worst.
they're just angrily riding all weekend. I've never seen a smile on a cyclist's face.
They want a car to confront them. They want.
They do.
They want to scream at a car person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
especially when they're in a group. They love to get into a confrontation with the car when there's multiple cyclists to talk shit to you at the same time.
Not so funny when the car actually runs them over, is it?
No.
It's not funny at all.
No.
But
It's kind of funny if they don't die. It's hilarious, actually.
right. It is.
if they don't.
There are no
flip over the
injuries
car.
whatsoever or deaths. Yes.
Yeah, if it's just their stupid $1,000 bike getting squished and they have like a bruise, it's hilarious.
Kind of.
it's hilarious in cartoons.
Yeah.
Well, but if they were talking a lot of trash, also funny in real life.
Yes.
Can be.
Yeah. But behind all that trauma and darkness, runners really hate it when you talk shit about running or mess with their stupid running events like marathons and 10Ks. So dumb, right? Marathons. Which is why it was big news when a prankster in Mexico City.
Wes, have you ever done a marathon or a half marathon? Or a 5K or something like that?
No, of course not. Of course
I mean, it gives
I've
you
done
a
5K.
little bit of a sense of accomplishment, you know?
You've done a 5K?
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, I've walked the 5K. I did it as a
you
turkey
walked-
trot.
Was it
turkey
an
trot
actual
5K.
event or did you just walk 3 miles?
No, I did the barstool thing.
Oh yeah,
That was-
well,
yeah,
that
that was
wasn't
it.
really a real event. That was like a.
Well, I
that
did
was,
it.
we got forced to do it, then got fired a week later.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You didn't just.
Marathon.
That was
It's not like you guys are moving to New York or anything.
Yeah. You have to do this marathon.
Well, Pat, you didn't run it. At least you didn't run it.
No, I did move to New York.
That was smart of you to not run it. Yeah, we all did something we probably didn't need to.
Anyway, one prankster in Mexico City who thinks running is stupid decided to play a little trick on the participants of the Mexico City Marathon. You see, when the man stumbled out of the bar the wee hours before the race, he saw something he couldn't resist. Couldn't resist fucking with. A shit ton of water cups. They had lined the streets already filled with water, ready to go for the race the next day.
Stupid.
Yeah. And this is what he did. That's a bottle of rum. And he's smiling all the water.
Oh, nice.
A tope todos. Mañana, miren. A tope todos. Pinche carrera va a ser la mejor del mundo.
He's saying this is going to be the best fuking race. Is going to be the best in the world.
Veloz como el tiro del blanco, mire.
I agree with
loquito.
Did they drink it?
Este güey le voy a poner en su madre.
They drank it.
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, actually, no.
Damn it.
According to the juggernaut of running news, Running Magazine Canada, which is, wow, that's amazing, isn't it?
Issues. Good grief.
The director of Mexico City Institute of Sport, Javier Hidalgo, pronounced that police have identified the drink spiker who will likely face prosecution for attempted poisoning. They said the water station was located near the halfway point of the course when the runners would have covered 21 kilometers, or what's halfway, 13 miles, and would be very thirsty. Right. And the consumption of undiluted alcohol combined with exertion could have killed them all.
That was like a half a bottle of rum over 180 cups. That wouldn't have done anything.
It was ridiculous. Unfortunately, no runners actually drank the spike drinks since the volunteers found out what happened before and dumped out the alcohol.
Did he post it to social media before?
Yeah, that's how he got caught. He posted it to social media.
Goodness. Wait till after the race, dude.
I know.
Amazing video. Imagine if he had posted it after the race.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. Let's go to Japan, guys. Japanese toilet makers are actually thanking the countless greedy assholes who hoarded toilet paper during the pandemic. I'm going to play you a little clip. This might bring back some flashbacks of the pandemic craze for toilet paper. Here we go.
Toto is a Japanese toilet paper.
It's Costco this morning with this warning. Supplies are being rationed.
Will used to have a Toto.
Keep up with the unprecedented coronavirus panic shopping. Customers run down store aisles at full speed and then quickly start loading up their carts.
Within moments of this Costco opening, a sea of shoppers came back to this area where the water and paper goods are stored.
I just want one pack. No, not one pack. What's the limit?
Why are you stocking up? Are you concerned?
Those ladies shit.
So what have you come here to buy?
Water, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, canned goods.
Yikes.
Oh,
Remember
man.
that crazy
Oh, yeah,
shit?
that was crazy.
Unbelievable. So, because those selfish pricks, they left the Japanese love it because
Who knew we didn't need to do any of that,
Right, exactly. But the Japanese, as Pat mentioned, they do make the Toto toilet, and they are loving the fact that every one of these selfish assholes purchased all the toilet paper because their sales of these toilets from Japan have skyrocketed. Now, it's no secret that the Japanese have the cleanest assholes of any nation on earth.
Yeah, they can't handle our
That's
dumps with their Japanese engineering.
Yeah. They have
I don't know. Hondas are pretty good. Toyotas?
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're not prepped for us.
Well, just wait. They have long been the fancy toilets, and they've used these things, heated seats, water jets that clean assholes so well they don't even need to wipe. In fact, Japan is the ass-eating capital of the world thanks to these toilets. Here's one of the most...
Also common fact, yeah.
Yeah,
surprising because they don't have much sex, that they just go straight for the rim jobs.
They like to just do the
They
rim
like their
jobs.
prostitutes over there.
Oh, look at the efficiency on this
jobs.
toilet Wes just put up.
Yeah. Well, look at this video I'm about to show you.
$8,000 toilet.
Here's one of the
Look
most
at this.
popular toilets. It is a Toto toilet. Here it is in
amount of time
action.
you spend on it, it's worth every penny.
Yeah.
That might be unusual to American audiences is the cleansing wand, which is in effect a bidet. You can adjust the position of where it hits your underside, and you can choose from oscillating and pulsating and varying volumes of water. There are also two glazes.
And then
There's
I
a
push
finger
into your
function.
hand, and out comes this little wand. You
Hey, I
see
think
this
I
thing?
switched your thing
It
from
opens
oscillate
up,
to
no,
pulsate.
it's
That's
right
it.
out of the way most of the time. This sprays up water and cleans like the front or the back. And it will show you on the remote, rear and front.
It's got a remote.
I mean, the thing could probably make you come if you put it, if you put it on pulsate and
I don't think there's any problem
Some
about
people
it.
do, Wes.
Yeah,
front
for
pulsate.
sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, front pulsate.
Front pulsate.
That toilet is it's dual purpose for many people.
Yeah, I heard there's a function where it whistles when it does it too.
Your hands are on the wall, just dick into the toilet, pulsate.
Yeah. And thanks to idiots like the ones I showed you earlier, Toto said sales of their device more than doubled in the first quarter of 2020 from a year earlier and jumped 18% in the first quarter of 2022 from the prior year. The outlook for further growth is bright despite the toilet paper panic being over. The company executive Shinya Tamura said, and he hasn't quite mastered the English language. He went on to say, although washlet sales in the U.S. have grown significantly, they are still far behind the penetration rate in Japan. That's what she said, Shinya. And then from the Fortune, Toto originally introduced the electronic washlet for hospital patients with hemorrhoids. Nothing worse than some rough toilet paper on a hemorrhoid.
Just be a commercial of a bunch of people orgasming.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a minute.
One after the other. Oh,
Someone's in here.
Someone's in here. Pulsate, oscillate. Just a finger on pulsate.
Toto.
Yeah, Toto.
80% of Japanese households has these things. So what I did is I
there's a line for the bathroom.
I wonder why they don't have sex over there. They're all fucking coming every time they take a shit.
Would you mind if I use your bathroom?
Is that a Toto?
Yeah. That's how they keep me at work so long.
Excuse me a few minutes.
Yeah, I get it now. The sex rate's down. Everyone's got a fucking Toto.
Yeah. So I contacted Toto actually.
Take your time with a Toto.
I got in the chat, and I know you guys can't read it.
Toes are curling.
So I'll pull it up. I talked to this guy, and his name was Joseph, and I asked, this might sound funny, but does it also clean my wife's lady parts if she wants to? And then he asked me what state I live in, and I told him Texas, and then he said, yes, it does. And I asked if it could, hold a normal payload, because I'm not going to be using the bidet. I'm just tricking my wife into getting this so she cleans her vagina better. And he says, yes, you can.
Texas size dumps.
Yeah, I can still flush my normal payload.
That's what I refer it to. I refer my BMs as my payload.
No, just please go along with me in the payload lingo here, please.
Yeah. And then I told him to have a blessed day. So it can clean your vagina, it can clean your asshole, and they're taking off over here in the United States thanks to the people hoarding the toilet paper.
Whoa, look at Pat.
Make it come.
Shout out.
Oh, Pat's going to the future. So
where my burners at? Did you guys burn it?
There you go.
Weekend?
Hey, did you get all the sand out of your mesh shirt, bro?
It's in some curious places, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I bet.
Hey, what was y'all's burn project this year?
I burnt cash at LaBerge.
Whoa.
I got a tattoo in Reno while talking with the artist about how we don't usually go to Burning Man.
Must have missed you at Black Rock City.
I started an aluminum can water company.
That's art.
He shaved my locks.
Makes you think. Me and my burners, it's actually my incubator. We made a gigantic 65-foot metal dragon, but instead of fire, it spews positive vibes out of its nostrils.
Nice.
It's gonna be queso, but once the thermometer hit 112, the cheese and the positive vibes started to separate. So we just had to kill the queso. Just the vibes coming out.
Yeah, Pat. I had heard, because I'm only like a couple hours south of
Sorry, I missed
Burning
you, bro.
Man. Well, I had heard that this was potentially one of the worst ones, considering the weather. The heat, as you mentioned, the wind was vicious all weekend, and also there was a fire nearby.
There's a fire every year, bro. We burn the effigy of the man.
Well, that's true, but like a wildfire with nearby smoke and stuff. So there was
not gonna get us in Black Rock City, bro. Don't worry about that. We're on the playa.
But you had to wear like a face mask to cover from the sandstorms, right?
Yeah, I mean, but it's all about perspective, bro. It's how you look at it.
Okay.
A lot of people have been asking me what the Burning Man experience is like. And it's like impossible to describe, but if I were to try to describe it, I'd say it's like a cross between the tone and dryness of Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome mixed with the creativity and feminism of Mad Max Fury Road, only windier. Yeah, it was pretty peak burn this year, guys. As Will was saying, conditions were perfect. The coldest it got was 108, but the gods blessed us with a cooling 60-mile-an-hour wind that whipped around the playa.
Fire sandstorm?
Almost the whole time. It was like
it was like hell on earth, dude.
It's like a
I don't know why
wonderland.
they still had it.
Sand
It was
out of your
crazy.
eyes.
It's the opposite
But with
of
sand.
Wonderland, yeah.
It's record-breaking heat the entire time in
And
the area.
winds.
And winds, yeah. Well, it wasn't record-breaking winds. It was just as bad as they get.
Right, but it was
combined
hot,
with
it was hot
record-breaking
sand hitting
heat.
you in the eyes and stuff.
Yeah, hot sand.
Yeah.
Sad
Suffering,
boys for
man.
life.
Suffering.
Other than trying to change my contacts and eat not sand, it was totally excellent. Really cool.
Yeah. It's going to be hard
guys-
every time you open your mouth. Sand just flies in.
Forget about it. But it's
That'd be
part of the
tough.
experience. You got to be open to everything out there. You know, you never
Right.
know
do.
what might shift your
Especially
perspective.
peyote. Yeah.
You might need a Toto after a day in Burning Man with all that sand.
Yeah, perfect.
We dropped to the pay. Well, it's just Odie.
Does
You weren't
Odie
at the
now?
burn. You weren't at the burn.
Me and my boys doing some Odie.
Odie. Garfield's here. As you guys know, gifting is one of the 10 principles of Burning Man. I'm happy to say that I now have an insane stock portfolio that I didn't have before I left.
Are you giving each other AIDS? Is that what that is?
No, not that I
Gift
know
giving.
of. Yeah, man. I
It's like
own
a communal
stocks
thing. It's
in 7 different edible insect companies now. Thank you.
Sweet, bro. Big
To a
bug.
lot of different camps out there that gifted that to me. You guys might also know about one of the other principles, which is decommodification, aka no cash, man. It's all trade and barter and love. And in previous years, I would use massage therapy as my currency. But then I noticed that almost everyone else's currency was also massage therapy.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd try something different this year.
Butt massages.
I went with hand jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, my camp had a line around the sector, boys. You ain't seen nothing until you've seen a venture capitalist from Vancouver Island just jizz dust while you're peeking on Molly. Truly.
He'd already gone too many times.
Whoa.
Bro, that counts. I know not loud came out, but that counts. Back of the line.
All right.
I saw
Hey,
you
guys.
shake, bro.
Yeah. I can see that.
Does anyone want a back massage?
I saw the main vein oscillate, bro.
My arms are getting tired.
So your butt cheeks clench.
Yeah, no. I'd like to offer you a jerk in trade. Cool.
So who brings
Okay.
the food and
Did
the
it work
water
good?
and stuff? Who brings the food?
You bring the food and the water, bro.
What if you,
You
run
bring
out?
it. You bring it in your setup, and then you the whole point is like once you go there, you have to help each other out to get through
Pack
the
it
week
in,
the desert.
pack it out, leave no
Sounds
trace.
like a social experiment for R words for idiots.
Well, for
Bring
people who love
nothing and then
drugs,
beg.
Mark.
Yeah.
Mark, yeah, it's for people who love drugs.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
you love
couldn't you
drugs.
just
You go out in the desert and you take a shitload of drugs with a
Couldn't you
bunch of
just
people.
go out in
and
the
there's no
desert
money
like with
there.
like 4 people and do drugs instead of 4,000?
That's how the original burn
Sure.
started, bro.
Yeah.
It's like more like 15. But guys, the Exodus this year, epic. I mean, you never want to leave Black Rock City. And this year, it just so happened that the community was lucky enough to savor the burn. That's right. For a minimum of 8 hours trying to get back to civilization. Here's some pics. Here's some pics of the Exodus from this year.
what you
These
gotta
are
do, bro.
aerials. Yeah.
going
Looks like
They're
some
just
lucky dogs
caught on the desert highway trying to
were
get out of Burning Man.
exodusing for more than 13 hours.
That many idiots go to Burning Man?
Oh yeah, it's huge, bro.
People ran out of
we pack
gas.
it in, we pack it out.
Why did they
Reddit-
stop them right there? What's going on? Why were the cars all stopped?
Oh, it's just a traffic jam of positive vibes, bro.
A missile strike.
Following the leader, one person stopped.
Somebody just stopped. Yeah,
Someone just stopped.
a
and
row
everyone
of cars just stopped, and then everybody else just stopped forever.
Check it out. Bad weekend for your AC.
You know, it's a flat desert. How come nobody could drive on the side and just like
could.
go to the next?
You could, Will.
That's
but
not
for community.
cool, man.
Yeah, it's not
Oh, right. You got to pack it in, pack it out. Don't leave a mark.
pack it in, pack it out. Guys, take it to the internet real quick. This Redditor, shout out. It's the place where ideas meet online, guys. Front page of the internet. This Redditor said, I left my camp on Sunday after the temple burn at 8:30 p.m. and I'm still not on the main road 13 hours later.
Damn,
These
bro.
wait times to exit are no joke.
What's going on?
Let's check some art out. They ran out of gas too. If you're still on the road, I want to say that the gas station closest to La Playa will be restocked with gas. tomorrow morning. So hang in there, okay? Here's some of the stuff you could have
there's not
seen
much
at
out
Burning
there.
Man.
It is.
Oh no, there's not a lot out there at the playa. I thought this is pretty cool. This is one reason you might go.
You see the sandstorm in front of that awesome giant hog?
Couldn't you use some of the gasoline they used to light fires in these cars?
Dude, look at this fucking giant metal hog. I mean, imagine how sick that would be well on acid.
Exactly.
Also, I had to edit out Darude Sandstorm, but it was pretty much playing on repeat all weekend.
That makes sense.
It's playing in my mind right now while I watch the metal hog. He has balls too. The metal hog has balls.
Sure
I love this too because like a lot of times they bring these giant like steel sculptures to Reno afterwards. I hope we get the hog, man. That'd be fun.
Tell you what, they didn't bring an insurance
on earth.
policy. Thank God no one got hurt out there. All right, check this out, guys. This is a welcome to the Thunderdome situation.
2 men enter, 1 man leave. 2 men enter, 1 man leave.
Yeah, it's like American Gladiators meets Waterworld.
It's definitely
It's literally from Mad Max. Too.
Mad Max.
Actually, most of these guys went to Stanford. You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, there are a lot of Bay Area folks.
He's a Cal Poly guy.
Lots of programmers and tech,
bad does Burning
tech
Man
investors
smell?
in there.
Oh, bro,
This is when they're stuck in the line to get out too. It's been like 5-6 days. How long is it, Pat? How long do you burn for, bro? How long do you burn?
Oh, you burn. I mean, I personally burn all year, bro. I wait for it, pack it in, pack it out.
But how long do you burn on the playa though?
Oh, 3 days. 3 days on the playa.
3 day burn. 3 day burn. Right on.
So, anyway, yeah. Make sure you.
I do want to go there, man. They have sick ass like that metal hog and shit. They have cool shit out there. Like people bring cool ass like exhibits and shit. But it would
monolith.
be fun. It would be the monolith that everybody thought was alien that they put somewhere else, like in Arizona or some shit afterwards.
Yeah, they didn't exactly pack it out.
Yeah, but it would be fun to like ride around on like a beach cruiser. But I don't know about 3 days in the heat and sandstorm.
I'd be done after about 3 hours.
Yeah, like I could ride the circle,
bike.
like and just look at everything. Yeah, electric bike, exactly.
Like to fly it in, fly it out in a day.
I could say firsthand, I didn't know what I didn't know what an indicator a man's semen was to hydration levels, but I gotta say, we can do better next year. Let's make sure to bring some reusable water bottles.
There you go.
Even if Mamoa.
Dry.
Well, but you can't bring enough. You have to have some one-time use out there. Otherwise, you're going to run out.
Not on the playa, baby.
If you want to get screamed
None
at,
on the playa.
Yeah.
Momoa's in heaven over there.
Yeah. There's no chance there's single-use plastic out there, dude.
We're going to find out how many people, like dozens of people died, right?
No one dies out there. Hey, put the wheel up.
But dozens of idiots were conceived.
This actually reminds me. I was strapped to a wheel like this on Saturday night, right before right before
Sweet,
the temple burn. There was
I'd rather be at an Indian carnival than Burning Man.
Yeah, there was a yoga instructor throwing daggers at me.
Your performance has earned you.
Burn the coffee tomorrow.
This hasn't caught on yet, but I'm starting to call it Learning Man because every time I get out of there, I really there's just so many things that I've taken with me, important lessons, that I apply.
That's a good call. Wes is starting a TikTok streak here.
I love TikTok.
Anyway, make sure to get your ticks early for next year. I'll see you on the playa. Get out there.
How much do they cost if they don't accept money? You just show up, right?
They take money for that.
Oh, they take money for the tickets.
Just a quick 4,000.
They take it for the tickets, Mark.
4,000.
Are you?
Well, take money for the tickets, Mark.
It's 2,000. I meant
$2,000 to get into Stinky Man.
Well, Mark, they'll take the money for the
official
ticket.
music.
Yeah,
no
but they don't provide you food, water, shower.
No, you pack it in, you pack it out.
No, you just go to the desert, bro.
I'd rather go to an Indian carnival.
That's what I just said.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just said I'd rather be at an Indian carnival than
I was worried about the wheel.
Yeah, we're on the same page there.
Yeah. All right, we'll get out there.
I'll take Burning Man over an Indian carnival. I will put that on record.
Oh, Will and I are going to go to the
Will at the Burning Man. Mark,
you guys are at the Indian carnival.
Indian carnival.
Look at these nerd ass nerds. Pat and Will. They took high quality MDMA and watched art all weekend.
Yeah, it seems less dangerous.
In 108 degrees with no showers. Yeah,
trying to get
true. But
sand
you're gonna
out of your eyes.
we're gonna find a luxury RV that's gonna let us in because we're giving out hand jobs
because we're almost 40 and we get the best hand jobs on the playa. fly you. Get out there and have yourself a great fucking day.